got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just check. I'm checking. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna research it, bro.
Let me put this speed up. All right.
Breaking news in Lower Manhattan, where Sean Combs was sentenced to 4 years and 2 months in prison. With time served, it will be a shorter time.
We have team coverage on this story as well. We begin with Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson, who is outside of the court. Kimberly.
Yes, and people gathered out here now learning about this sentence. Sean Combs sentenced to 4 years, 2 months in prison. Of course, that will also include taking off the 13 months that he has already served in jail in Brooklyn. He will also be followed by 5 years of supervised release and have to pay a $500,000 fine. That is the maximum fine. This sentence is far less than what the prosecution wanted. That group wanted a sentence of at least 11 years behind bars. The defense wanted far less, 14 months. Again, he has already served 13 months. Sean Combs spoke this afternoon. It was the first time that we heard from him at length since this trial started, the 8-week trial started. He spoke for about 12 minutes. He told the judge that he had lost respect for myself. He had lost respect, that he had been humbled and broken to his core. He said that he hated himself right now, that he had been stripped down to nothing. He apologized to his children, telling his mother also, who's been here in the courtroom since the very beginning, that, quote, "You taught me better." He then asked the judge for mercy. He said he begged the honor for mercy. He said if he'd given him a second chance, I wouldn't let him down, that he took full responsibility for his crimes. Again, the judge not buying that, taking a sentence somewhere in between what the prosecution and the defense wanted. The woman at the center who opened this entire can of worms, Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Of course, she is the woman we saw in that video from the hotel in 2016 in Los Angeles. Prosecutors say she was trying to leave a so-called freak off. Combs did not want that to happen, and he was beating and attacking her. This afternoon, just a few minutes ago, we had a statement from Cassie Ventura's attorney saying, quote, "While nothing can undo the true trauma caused by Combs, the sentence imposed recognizes the impact of the serious offenses he committed." The judge today during sentencing, at the end of the day, also commending the women, Ventura and a woman who testified by the name of Jane, another one of Combs' exes, for their bravery in coming forward and telling the truth. We are waiting here outside the courtroom. Usually at the end of the day, we see Combs' family, his children, his mother, and many supporters leave this courthouse. We will look for that and bring you any updates.
So how do you all feel about, I don't know if you guys kept up with his case at all. How do you guys feel about Diddy getting 4 years sentence? They are going to use his 13 months that was served. So do you guys feel like that was fair or not? I know a lot of people right now are discussing that they don't even feel like he should have got that, because the judge actually talks about how they couldn't allow the DV incident to like go unpunished, but he was already technically punished for that by the money he paid her. So I want to hear y'all opinions on, do you guys feel like this was fair for Diddy, and what you think about the 4-year sentence?
Super fair. Super fair. Too fair.
But on what? Because you got to think about it. The charges that they had on him, he beat him. He didn't get charged for racketeering. He didn't get charged for prostitution. He didn't get charged for anything that they called. So what are you giving him 4 years for, though?
For being
what is he convicted of to get 4 years? I didn't.
That's what I'm saying. That's the question everybody asks.
Yeah, he was guilty on the big charges, but he was still guilty on the small charges. And he had 48 months. You do 40 off of 48, y'all do the math. He got 13 months credited. Well, I'll tell you what he got. Hold on. Let me do that right now. You get 48 months, subtract 8, you do 40 off of 48, and then subtract the 13 months. And he doing 27 months. He'll be home in 2 years and 3 months.
And then I think I saw somewhere where they're trying to let him serve at Leonardwood or what? Where is it? Where is it at?
He'll since his what's the name wasn't heinous. He gonna go in there with a low custody, so he'll end up going. You know what I'm saying, from the jail. All right, he'll probably do in prison, which would be club fed anyway. Club fed, he'll probably do 8 months. So subtract that 8 months.
He'll try to get off for good behavior.
8 months, he'd be at a halfway house, still being the CEO of Bad Boys Records. He'll be all right.
500,000 is not even. That's pennies in his pocket.
So
run for your life. Run for your life.
So this is This is what. So the initial federal charge that he were facing was racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution on 2 counts. Right. So after his trial and after they found him guilty, he was only found guilty out of those 3 things. He was found guilty for the 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, which is a violation of the Federal Mann Act, which I want to talk about because for these pro-black people, I don't know why y'all rooting that on, but we'll get to that in just a second.
The Federal Mann Act.
Yeah. So not guilty. He was not guilty for racketeering, conspiracy, or sex trafficking charges. So for those who don't know, the Mann Act was officially known as the White Slave Traffic Act of 1910. It originated in the United States, June 1910. This was actually named after James Robert Mann, who was the congressman in Illinois. So this was something that was actually done, supposed to be there to protect. And now everybody's okay with another black man getting charged with something that we would really cry wolf on if it was a different case. So I want to hear people's opinion.
I truly gotta say, you got punished out of thin air for something that no real talk. You got punished out of thin air, something you were supposed to get bam for. So all them tears they were shedding and doing all this right here, when they got behind the wall and they got away from the judge, they were like, good look, dog, good look. Because he gonna do all that in the halfway house. He probably do a couple months, do a walkthrough, and then he gonna go to work release. He gonna go to a work camp. I mean, he gonna go somewhere where he gonna be able to do work release, and he already has a job. He's a CEO, and he be right to do what he do. It ain't no pressure, man. Y'all, man, look, I shed no tears for you, pimping. None. That what they gave you was sweet. It's sweet, sweet. I say, sweet. I say. I done seen people get more. I seen people get more time for a driver's license. Habitual offender.
Right.
Straight like that. No,
Lady C,
no.
did you follow this at all? Did you follow his case
Say it
at all?
again?
Did you follow his case at all?
The only thing I really have to say about it is he got a slap on the wrist, and people, what they ain't considering is the connections he got behind the deal. Only people that I guess thinking that way is really seeing into this. So he has some favor with this court system judge, and I do believe he's a part of something deeper that's connected to a lot of the Caucasians. And this is how come he's gotten a slap on the wrist and it wasn't to the max like it should have been. It's a lot we don't know, but just by the looks of this, bro rolling with the big dogs. And that's why he's smooth sailing. And like Plug was saying, really, this ain't no time he gonna do. Good behavior, he'll be out. Mm-hmm. And it all depends. If he get another lawyer, he might can get some stuff sped up on some stuff that he agreed to do inside the prison. So we already know our system is crooked. Okay. We already know all you need is money, and it's about who you know. You can get what you want and where you need to be. Sad, but it's the truth.
Yeah, you got to look. You know how when your kid acting up and you got their hand and you told them to be still, and you kind of now you don't pop them. You just squeeze their wrist a little bit and they go and then that's what you got.
That little bit of correction.
But so I want us to take a step back because we saying this is a slap on the wrist. We say, okay, we understand that he has the money to pay to play. We get that. We ain't arguing that at all. I think Lady C hitting it right on the head. Not debating that at all. With that being said, if we allow somebody of his stature to get found under these type of laws, how will we ever fix a system for the people who don't have the money to pay to play? Who phone on?
Okay. Now, what they say is the lack of the resources, the lack of the money, the lack of everything that they're talking about that makes us act in that certain fashion. How the powers that be say we act in that fashion. So that's just showing them like, listen, You got all this status. You should act better than that. That's a true example of saying, hey, you got all these resources now. You done got out of hand now. You know, I'm gonna give you this little time, but you ain't gonna do no more work, man. Man, look, all that bread you got, bro. Do what you like, bro, but conduct yourself better. Set a better example, because all that freaky stuff you were doing, you probably need to be stopped. God, probably some spiritual somebody intervened and said you need to be stopped. You need to cease this horrible behavior, because I can use you to do good. You know what I'm saying? You already beat this murder for hire case.
So do you feel like he more should come out and be almost like one of those what they call them activist type people?
Man, ain't nobody real, bro, gonna be messing with that freak ass nigga. Nobody.
Y'all don't think so?
Man, look.
Either they're the same kind of person that he is will flock back to him.
The aesthetics. He'll probably be behind the scenes more low key like Russell Simmons. But I tell you right now, bro, ain't nobody, man. Just the aesthetics, man. All that stuff that came out about him in the trial.
So we don't have forgiveness for people.
Well, look at here. All that stuff came out about him in the trial. It's a lot more of those just like him in this life. So that ain't gonna do nothing but just be a little chip in his I guess you can say respect out here. That's a little chip, because a lot of them is doing that or even worse. So folks just ain't getting caught. They doing some stuff out here. Mm-hmm. So the only question I would have is his crying. Are you crying because you ain't never done time before like this and you don't want to do it? Or are you crying because you got caught and you know it's finna change some things with some contracts? Let's think a little bit deeper than this thing. Some money that he has fronted up on some stuff. Some deals that he had is finna get changed because of this time he's about to do.
I respect.
And I truly believe. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
I truly believe we got to really be careful what we saying when it comes to him, because bro, he got status, and it is with a real deep with a group. Yeah.
Legend.
I agree, but so that's why I said I wanted to kind of move the goalpost a little bit, because at the same time we saying this about him, but you wouldn't feel that way if this was somebody you knew personally who got charged for these type of acts and didn't have the money, and instead of 4 years they got life. That's my question. It's almost like I understand everybody's focusing on who the person is, but we're in a society today because this is what Black people complain about: the system, and it's like when we don't ever talk about, okay, yeah, he got a slap on the wrist. So how are we going to fight to get everybody else a slap on the wrist who deserves a slap on the wrist?
But with that slap on the wrist you really talking about you if I can use this in place, I hate to, but if I could use this, you talking about Illuminati versus Freemasons. That's major right there.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way you think, so yeah.
Just something to think about, though. I just always think about, like, the way we look at people. We don't give everybody that same look, if that makes sense. Like we'll say one thing for this guy, and then the next guy that'll come up, we'll be out here in the streets protesting, saying that it's injustice and it's all these things. But at the end of the day, are we fighting the crime? Are we fighting the system? Are we fighting for the person? And we only care who the person is.
My question is, if this was regular Joe, whoever, what would have went down with that regular smuggler guy?
That's what I'm saying. He would have got life. He would have been there for life. And he wouldn't been doing no fair time. Mm-hmm. He gonna be doing some time.
State time.
Yeah. Like he gonna be in there with the wolves. You know, that's my thing. That's my only thing. I understand people always focus on, like, a person, but I always look at like behind all this, like Lady C said it perfectly. Behind all this is still a bigger movement. It's still stuff going on. So I feel like we have to remember that we judge one person. Same thing. We want to go biblical. Say, he who has not sinned cast the first stone.
I ain't getting a free throw.
Same thing. You know what I mean? Hey, the man paid. He paid to play. People do that every day. And there was nobody that came on their trial that said they were forced to do anything. They knew what he was calling them for, and they came to play. At the end of the day. Not saying what he did was right, but all them people, like Lady C, I agree with Lady C with that too. It's a bunch of sick people, and y'all got to see all them other sick people, and we ain't judging them other sick people. We let that man sit on stage and say he was looking Diddy in the eyes, and nobody ain't judging that man. Nobody. Like, that's my thing. We live in a very unique world today. Very, very unique. We live in a world where people would, me and Plug could do the same crime and get treated totally different.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, but I'm gonna let Rain catch up on these 300 comments. So
comments. We appreciate y'all in the comments.
you got the water ready? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's roll it.
I hope y'all left an emoji because y'all know April trying to do the emojis. Y'all see it?
Classic, do I have to sing it? He locked up. They won't let him out. Steady trying to find my motive. Why I do what I do. Locked up.
Trying to find my motive.
Go ahead, Plug. Do it. Sing it, Plug. You not gonna sing?
Yeah, I know the whole song.
Miles said the artwork is crazy. Classic said they won't let me out. Well,
Visitation no longer comes by. Seems like they forgot about me. Commissary is getting empty. Cellmate's getting food without me. I can't wait to get out and move forward with my life.
Y'all stupid. What? Go ahead.
Classic said, man, Diddy was allegedly putting substances in the baby oil. Lock him up.
They ain't even talk about the baby oil.
Tristan said, nah, that type of freaky she deserves jail time. Miles said it was a light sentence as far as public opinion.
It was. It was light.
But there's some nuances in there. He said it as far as public opinion.
Public opinion, right. Classic said, man, Diddy was allegedly paying for butt and cut combos packs. Lock him up.
Yeah, boy.
All right, thank you. Tristan said, personally, Cassie is not a victim, but I digress.
Yeah, thank you, Trish. But I ain't want to get on that boat today.
Tristan said, allegedly. Classic said, now, on the other hand, Diddy is a modern day example of the efficiency and effectiveness of Ike Turner management.
You get that, Lady C? You get that one?
Of the Ike Turner management program? Oh, yeah.
Classic said, sorry, not sorry. Cassie was a lot of things, but out of line was not one of them.
Oh boy.
Said, Tristan, I agree. Not a victim. Choices. I agree with y'all too. Classic said he was found guilty and sentenced. Act accordingly and choose wisely. Classic said they got oil in their halfway house. Hey, Tez 333.
You stupid. Classic, you stupid, boy.
Tez said he ain't gonna do 4 years. He has 14 months in and knowing it's not fed anymore. Classic said, I'm officially doing absolutely nothing at work, messing with y'all. Hey. Tez said at Classic, same, laugh out loud. We appreciate y'all coming in though. Classic said, not the Caucasians. Jen said, I am not saying what he did was right. However, she knew what she was getting into and chose fame. Lady C is perfect for this world. Classic said 100. And Classic said, Jen, Cassie was under the Ike Turner management program. Yeah. She chose wisely and acted accordingly.
It came out with 30 million.
Yeah.
30 million. Everybody kept saying 20. I was like, no, it's 30.
Hey, she got 30 the hard way.
For real. No compensation.
Ted
Go ahead.
said Cassie basically made herself an unreliable witness in this case that helped him defeat those charges.
Hey, she always gonna help him. She always gonna be a Diddy supporter, even if it's in.
Always, she always loved him. She was with him for too long.
Jen agreeing.
Yep.
Ted said they already paying Diddy to appear and do speeches. What you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Ted said women love those kinds of stories. You know that. Classic said as soon as he get out, it's back to the party. Hey. Hey, Lynn.
What's up,
Evening,
Lynn?
Lynn. She said afternoon, everyone.
Hey, Lynn.
Ted said single-handedly kept Johnson & Johnson in the black financially. Cases and cases of them. Jen said he did have a scheduled speech sometime this month already.
In Miami.
Ted said he's not doing time. I hope y'all understand that.
Yeah, he ain't doing no time.
Tristan said, what's up, Lynn?
I love the
Lynn
family.
said, hey, Tristan. Y'all be so friendly in the chat
Yeah, we
like
got a
that.
real family, man.
Ted said a regular dude would have never gotten caught for this.
For real.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing.
For real.
You pull up on me, I'll delete some. Lynn said, Classy said, Lynn, it's nighttime. Quit playing in here. Miles said, right at Ted's. A regular guy ain't in that world. Lynn said, classic. Jen said, oh, they are Miles, but no one cares what the common folk are doing.
Yep.
Classic said, yes. Ted said, this is not the red room, Lynn. Classic. Classic said, plug and sing, y'all. Classic said, eat the cake was not a request. Ted said she came to court on her own accord while pregnant by another man, and her husband didn't peep because her husband knew what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Classic said, I own Johnson & Johnson stock. Diddy is all right with me. Ted said they convicted him or